Fox 17 Rock and Review. I'm hanging out with the very talented Bellamy Brothers, David and Howard. Appreciate you guys joining me today.
Thank you.
You guys are Grammy nominated. You got so many hits, and your one of your first hits, 1976, "Let Your Love Flow."
Right.
Wow! And now the new album, which I think we've got a picture of it. If we could take a look, 40 years.
Right.
I can't believe it's been 40 years. Can you?
Well,
Yes.
some days it seems like 40, and some days it seems like 100.
Yeah, 140.
But I remember when you guys came out with that song. We were talking earlier off camera to where the first time I saw you guys in concert was at the SEMO District Fair there in Cape Girardeau.
Right.
And you guys were headlining that, and you packed the house.
I remember
Amen.
being out there.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, the 40th anniversary, 40 years album, I think the cool concept that Howard was telling me about was that 20 of the songs are 20 of your hits that you chose, because you obviously have more than 20 hits, and then 20 new songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was probably the biggest undertaking we've done as far as albums, as numbers, 40 songs. Of course, the 20 of them were already recorded, but we had to, kind of slick them up and kind of redo them in a little
Remaster
bit.
them.
Remaster.
And you guys are doing a great thing also with charity with this also.
Well, with Susan G. Komen, the breast cancer survivors, we had about 40 or 50 of them in our video, for the new Let Your Love Flow video we did. You can see it on our website or on YouTube. And we give $1 off of every iTunes sale.
Wow.
To Susan G. Komen for breast cancer awareness. And it was really incredible, because we got to spend the day with all the breast cancer survivors. It was really amazing.
How incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys have always touched people with your music and everything. We were talking with a lot of the artists that you guys, when you started out playing, that were just up and comers, like Kathy Mattea.
Yeah.
That you guys used to tour with.
We've toured with everybody, and over the years.
We've met most of our people that we got close to in the business overseas, oddly enough.
Really?
Because for some reason, when you tour overseas, you can't get away from each other. You can't escape each other. You have no bus. So you're trapped with each other. You get to know each other pretty well.
Yeah, you end up being in small dressing rooms with Johnny Cash and
Wow.
things like that. So or Jerry Lee Lewis and a lot of those guys. We toured all over the world with, just about everybody, really.
Well, and I want to talk about it too, because obviously I read up, and to where you wrote Spiders and Snakes with Jim Stafford, and that actually helped launch the Bellamy Brothers.
Yeah, it did. That kind of gave us the funds to go out to California. As a producer we were working with at the time, and he took that song, and Jim recorded it. It sold about 3 million singles at the time. They used to sell singles.
Yeah, well, and you couldn't turn on the radio and not hear that song somewhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of airplay on that song.
We actually went out drinking, and we were still living at home, or we'd come back home, I think, after failure or somewhere else. But we went out, and our mother she didn't like us drinking at all, but we went out and didn't want her to know we had been out that night, and we had an old bunkhouse on our ranch. And so we stumbled into the bunkhouse, and during the night, a snake crawled in my sleeping bag with me, and I made a new door in that bunkhouse. Of course, there's always spiders all over the place in Florida, spider webs, and the next day David wrote Spiders and Snakes.
Oh my gosh, how incredible is that?
Evening.
Yeah. Now, also we were talking, within the next year or so, you guys are starting to work on a new book, too, just about all the people you've worked with and a lot of the great stories.
Yeah, we're going to try to get them all in one. The ones that let us tell. We're going to try to get them all in one.
How loose is this show?
Yeah, well, this is pretty loose. We were talking earlier about, the whole manager aspect, Howard, that you did with Jim Stafford, and with the Smash-O-Matic.
Yeah.
The Sledge-O-Matic.
Sledge-O-Matic, thank you.
Gallagher built, everyone's been smashed, I guess, by the Sledge-O-Matic.
We were Gallagher's roommates in Hollywood. And when he was building the Sledge-O-Matic.
Gallagher was Jim's road manager, and they kind of bumped heads. They were both creative and comedians. Comedians are a strange lot. They really are.
To say the least.
So I took Gallagher's place and was kind of the mediator for a while.
So I got to stay home in the basement with him.
Yeah, David stayed home and lived with Gallagher.
Watched him build Sledge-O-Matics.
Yeah, and now you got to actually test out the Sledge-O-Matic on not a fruit item.
Well, not intentionally.
No, I was
the
totally
alarm
unplanned.
system went off in the new house in Hollywood.
Right.
And nobody had told us, they were on the road, and nobody had said, hey, punch these numbers in. So Howard got the Sledge-O-Matic.
We were locked out of the basement. We were locked out, and I had a pair of headsets that we just got back working in the studio, and And it got so loud that it was driving me nuts. I mean, it
my
was one of those
gosh.
bells. It was actually a hammer on a wall. You know,
Yeah.
you don't see them like that anymore, not alarms. But I saw that thing and I said, I've got to stop. And I look over and I see the Sledge-O-Matic leaning against the wall. And I had the headsets on already to just calm the noise down. And so I just picked that thing up and knocked it off the wall. And about that time, it was down a driveway. And the cops pull up, and I'm standing there with a Sledge-O-Matic in my hand and a pair of headphones on. And the cops said, "Everything all right down there?" I said, "Yeah, no problem." And
That's
they
the
just
bit-
drive away.
That needs to be one chapter in the book right there, Dan.
Yeah, that's the funny part. The police just drove off, said, "Have a good day."
Just waved. Oh, it's incredible. Well, be sure and check out the new album, and it's available on iTunes, Amazon, and also on your website.
Uh-huh.
And what's the website?
BellamyBrothers.com.
BellamyBrothers.com. And the guys are going to be touring into 2016, all over the world as usual.
We are.
And you guys always put on a great show.
Thank you, man.
And you got some new Parker guitars to take out too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got some new
brand
Parker
new ones.
guitars.
Yeah, so next time you come on, they're going to bring the Parker guitars and the new book.
All right.
Yeah,
It's a deal.
but be sure and buy the new album, the 40 Years. Great album. You got 20 years, 20 hits. Obviously, they have more, and you got 20 brand new songs, and you help out a charity also. Thanks for watching the Fox 17 Rock and Review, and be sure and go see the Bellamy Brothers.
Thank you.